Happy Sunday. How are you?
I'm super fine.
Did you have fun parking?
50 minutes trying to park. The reason is we have had excellent weather in the last 2 weekends in Madrid. This was a really good day.
Right.
This today has been wonderful. Yesterday was wonderful as well. But and people literally is running out their houses.
Go to Madrid now!
Trying to conquer again the streets of Madrid.
Yeah.
The resto is back, right?
Yeah, I was walking around today being like, there is a pandemic, you know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah. Well, welcome to the final tasting of February. On the final day!
Yeah. And there is a little moment, deep moment. We should.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Today we finish our 6 monthly box.
Oh, 6 months?
Yeah. And
that's why I'm getting fatter and fatter. Good.
And also, it's literally the closing of a period, a 1 year period since we began these wine tastings when the pandemic arrived in March last year.
Good times. Good times.
It has been, I mean, hard times, but
we've learned so much.
We have learned a lot. We have trying to adapt to surf the wave, well, we hope to see you in the there to still being there. And we promise to arrive with new themes this month for our Spanish-speaking audience.
All two of you.
And yeah, well, we are gonna continue these tastings, probably with little changes. We will tell you, but
it's only now OnlyFans.
Yes.
Just no more YouTube Live. We want money.
Nude wine.
Nude. That's. There's a wine from, I think we mentioned it, called Nude. The Tintilla from Barbadillo. Called Nude.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'll buy you a bottle one day. There you go.
So thank you very much for being there. So making some numbers quickly. So we have done 12 boxes, 6 during the lockdown, and 6 monthly ones. So in total 72.
Was it only 6 during the? It felt like more.
72 online tastings with you.
That's insane.
That is a lot of time talking about wine.
That's a lot of wine to drink.
Yes.
At least now we can share a bottle and it's not one each. Anyway, well.
So let's talk about March box quickly.
Do you want to do March box first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me
Sure.
So I've had a lot of fun. I kind of left you to play for the last 3 months, and I was like, hang on a minute, I want to choose some whites. So then we shared this box. Should we start with the whites?
This is a very, very luxe choice.
Well, let's start with the whites. 2 things caught. Well, there was one white which I knew I wanted to have, and then one white we literally discovered the week before, and we were like, this needs to be. So first of all, because we hadn't really talked about Madrid much, and I was thinking, oh, maybe we can have a Garnacha from Madrid. We've had Garnacha, we've had Madrid. And then suddenly, I think it was about a couple of months ago, a white wine from Madrid won the award of the best barrel white wine in the country. So we're going to have Las Moradas Albio Real, and this little bad boy, which is one of...
Oh, this is a terrible shot.
It's not good. Look at this. Oh my God. El Lince, the Lynx. A Chardonnay Viognier with 9 months of barrel. So we've got some, because it's still quite chilly, we've got 2 rich barrel-touched white wines. This is one that we basically discovered last week, and we were just like, this has to be in. So this is Vino de la Tierra de Castilla.
Yes.
This is Madrid. Then we've got 3 reds. Let's carry on in La Mancha. This is your discovery. So some of you may have heard of the famous wine Pesquera. But did you know that they've got a very alcoholic, sexy little Tempranillo? Look at that.
El
Vínculo, the link. From Denominación de Origen La Mancha. which
Yes.
some of you may know. We've often joked about La Mancha, and we felt bad because there's some great wine there. So Pesquera have this wine, 15.5%, roasty, toasty, Tempranillo,
So-
just like them.
The center of the peninsula.
Centre of the peninsula, Central Peninsula.
Oh, what is going on here?
We're going to relax a little bit and go back to, I think this is Navarra area. If I'm,
It's the Pirineo Occidental.
yeah, exactly. That's it. That sounds nice when you say that. A very fancy vino de pago, Hacienda de Arinzano, which was a wine which is quite fancy. But we managed to get another one of these squeezed in the box, so that's a fancy red. Enough of the peninsula. Let's go to the islands.
Yes, back to the islands.
Mallorca.
Mallorca. We're gonna have a red from Mallorca. Yes, there is wine in Mallorca, and you will discover it with this wine.
This is Vino de la Tierra. Well, I suppose it's Islas Baleares.
Illes Baleares, yes.
Illes Baleares. Right, so we've got a lot of heavy, sexy wines. So we need to finish with something sweet. The most expensive bottle we've ever had in a box, but she loves us. She's been working on the video for 2 weeks already.
This is an extraordinary range we have done with we have made with them. It's not. It's been a big effort to have this wine here because how much is this bottle by itself?
26
26 euros.
It's like an award-winning. They only make 2,400 bottles. It's an astonishing Moscatel ice wine,
Yes.
and it's nice. So we're gonna have something sweet after all this as well.
So we are gonna be. It's gonna be like a little focus on the Manchegan wines with 3 excellent examples of how good it can be.
Yeah.
And let's destroy the myths of La Mancha wines. It can be like.
Nothing good comes from the middle of Spain.
But you will
Shut your
regret.
damn faces.
So we are gonna visit the Pyrenees again, and the Mallorca that we haven't been there yet.
And then we're going to go and get something sexy and sweet to finish. So this is on sale now. The box
Yes.
is on sale now.
It's on the website already.
And tomorrow I'll do a pretentious Instagram post and story going through them all. But this is, along with one of the boxes from last year, the biggest money-saving box we've done as well, because we've managed to get these good deals. If you don't like watching us, you just want to get a good
Remember,
bargain.
75 euros. For
75
those who
euros.
don't, it's the first time.
If it was your first time, 175 euros. But yeah.
75 euros, and you get this beautiful bottle at home, free shipping free.
If you're in Spain.
If you're in Spain. If you're not in Spain, if you're in the peninsula.
Not Portugal though.
No, Portugal, no, sorry.
Yeah, so sorry if you...
The peninsula is Spain, the Spanish
Yeah,
peninsula. The Spanish peninsula.
Peninsula Spain, that sounds better. So yes, also, when we start the new box, we will be deciding who wins the monthly prize this month. But there's still today left. So we've been getting people coming in, taking photos. If you are sitting here with today's bottle, take a photo of it. Upload it to your Facebook, to your YouTube account, to your TikTok. As long as we see it, we will put your name down, and when we start the next box, we will, at random, draw a name out of the sort of mythical hat, and you can win this. A very large double bottle magnum of a Syrah from a region called Yecla, detrás de la casa. This is a big structure, but very smooth and elegant, kind of a bosky, dusty red wine from near where Roque is from, down
Yes.
in Murcia.
Excellent Syrah from Yecla.
We've
Bodegas Castaño, one of the most prestigious. So today is the day to decide your last chance.
Ulrich, for example, oof, he's still posting. So you've got competition out there. People are trying to win this bad boy. Because also this is nice, it's easy to take home. It's not 5 litres like the other one we had. So if you want to have a chance of winning this, you only have, last option is today. Take a photo, upload it wherever, we'll see it. We'll put your name down.
There was a show in London many years ago called The Man from La Mancha. Yes. Yes.
A weird musical based on Don Quixote, right?
Yes. There was a famous song in that musical called To Dream the Impossible Dream, something like that.
Was that in that?
Dream.
The Impossible Dream.
Yeah.
Was that from Le Man from the
I think so. Am I right? You out there, please check this fact.
You and the internet.
Is that song to Dream, the Impossible Dream, in the Man from La Mancha?
I thought wow, that's interesting.
If it is, it's going to be the new music for
for the
for the march.
the introduction music for our
the
march
march
box.
box.
Anyway, so today, what are we drinking? Well, we're finishing with a big sexy
Yeah,
beast.
we have left for the end the big boy of February's box. This is Particular.
Which has a lot of things in particular about it.
Are you okay?
I've had a very relaxing day.
Too relaxing. I think.
Too relaxing, yeah. So yes, so as often we like to finish with a big sexy wine, and this is a big sexy wine. Let me try and get this lid off. Oh, even though it was very nice of Barbadillo to leave me and it's not the easiest opener. It's one of those serrated ones.
You have an opinion for everything.
If you haven't got money, make sure you have opinions. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So get your tasting sheets.
Wine. Particular
It is wine.
cepas
Centenarias.
centenarias.
More on that later. Ooh.
Viñas centenarias.
How's
Look.
it
The record. Particular Viñas centenarias. That's the name of the wine. Cepas. You said cepas. This is which vintage is this?
2014. So it's an old wine.
2014. Yes. Grapes. Garnacha.
100%, baby.
Alcohol 15%.
Oh yes.
Producer.
Well,
Wow.
this is a bit confusing. So it's, in theory, Bodegas San Valero Cooperativa, another cooperative, but they have like a sub-project which is Bodega Particular. So this is made by Bodega Particular under the umbrella of San Valero.
Exactly.
Basically Bodega Particular.
And the region is Cariñena. It's one of the 4 regions of Aragon,
The 4 regions of the apocalypse.
with Campo de Borja, Calatayud, and Somontano.
And Cava.
Well, Cava is there is a like tentacle of Cava
Yeah.
in
A weird little tentacle
in
of Cava.
Cariñena, and actually, excuse me a second.
Oh yes, we have theirs. That's right. Haha. See him running away. It's good force perspective. Yes, in a very nice bottle as well.
They make their own Cava as well.
Insanely well priced, that car. It's
Oh, yeah.
not
Oh, sorry.
not even 10 euros.
This
The
is
car.
the Blanc de Noir, and as you can see, it's an official Cava. There you are.
So maybe Garnacha, no skins.
So let's start for the visual.
Wait. My dad has confirmed. Yes, your mother went to see it the day she got her degree results in 1964. Craig, 100%. Okay, so there you go. We'll put that on as the music on the website for the box. Anyway. Colour, not super dark. It's kind of medium colour. This is now
It's
7 years.
less reddish than the ones we are used to.
Yeah.
That's the age, right?
Yes,
It's
you've
the
got a
age.
nice little orange, what they call it, ladrillo, like a brick red towards the edge, kind of an orangey brick red there. Because we're talking about 7 years now. This is pretty good. It's not an old wine, but it's still got some age.
I'm not sure I like the brick color. The name of to name that color as
My
as a
country is a
brick.
country of bricks.
Yeah, it's true.
And Madrid is a city of bricks traditionally. Lots of brick architecture here.
Yeah, the Mudéjar tradition.
Yeah, exactly. So viva la bricks. But yeah, it's a very attractive colour. It looks like a red wine, but you'll notice if you've got the wine in front of you. So Craig, if you've got it there, you'll notice a little orange hue towards the edge,
Yeah.
and that's the
And
aging.
clear and filtered.
Yeah, very clean. Right, schnoz time.
Ooh.
It's just lovely. It's just lovely. Garnacha is such a lovely grape to smell.
What happens when you
It's dusty.
you drill the glass, you put your nose, you stick your nose inside the glass, and you get like a bunch of alcohol?
That happens a lot with Garnacha. I mean,
It's a very alcoholic wine.
it's an alcoholic wine. It's an alcoholic grape.
What you should do,
To be honest, when you
I insist in the aerating process
Yeah.
because if I'm not wrong, the alcohol is one of the first things that
it'll blow off a
evaporates.
little bit. Yeah. Also, some people, you don't have to do this. Just a normal, gentle,
That's how
soft.
I do it.
That's how you do it. I found the gum. You just a normal sort of soft smell. So you don't have to sort of snort it in because then it can tickle your nose buds. But yeah, just blow it off a little bit. It's It's delicately complex. There's some licorice.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I get a lot of red fruit, a lot
Yeah.
of cherry.
A lot of cherries and plums and stuff.
It's a very nice aroma. I love it.
And there's a kind of sort of a leather, a meaty leather.
But I'm impressed how young it smells.
Yeah.
It smells like a young, fresh wine, but it's not.
Right, but then, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I was expecting like more wood, which is not good or bad.
I think wood.
It's what I was expecting.
It's had 12 months, so it's still in theory just a crianza. Yeah, it's French. It's French wood, so it's not a big bomb anyway, like American oak. It's kind of a lightly sort of spiced. It's very attractive. Let's have a taste.
Good, cheers, by the way.
Oh, I love it. Oh, it's big.
Carignana, it's not.
Straight into Carignana.
Carignana, it's like the lighter region
Yeah.
of Aragon.
They tend to be because a bit.
If you want to go for the big garnachas, you have to go
Borgia,
to
baby.
Calatayud
Give
or
me that
Campo de
Borgia.
Borja. But in Carignana, you always, it's like the...
more elegant, delicate, maybe. Comparatively delicate.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, I'm imagining because it's a bit less high and intense, slightly less intense than the climate. Like Calatayud is an insane climate and Borja is pretty insane. I think Carignana is a bit more gentle comparatively.
Exactly.
And a bit lower. I think you can get as low as 350 meters in Carignana. So they're still big, but not as rough.
What do you think? Are you trying this wine at home? What do you think?
I went with Roque's friend, who I had never met before or after, so that was weird. Oh.
That was the real man of La Mancha.
That was the real man of La Mancha, the man of La Murcia. It's just insanely. It's just so well balanced as well.
It keeps the. I like it. It keeps the fruity is very fruity.
But it's got a lovely.
It's not hidden by the wood, but you see there is a mature, ripe fruit there.
I don't know if it's because we're talking about Le Man of La Mancha, but it smells and tastes kind of like dusty, like a Wild West. Like if I was in the Wild West and I'm in a taverna.
Well, Aragon is a little bit of Wild West.
True.
You have the famous Desierto de los Monegros there.
So imagine that when I'm in a bar with cowboys. This is the kind of red wine I think they would serve. You know?
Yeah.
It's dusty and dark, but not too heavy. I can still go out and shoot people afterwards.
I mean, if you ask for a wine in a Wild West bar,
They serve you
probably they will slap you.
Hi there, partner. Can I get one of those Bordeaux? Get out my bar. I mean, whiskey. I said whiskey.
My best friend is Chardonnay. That is a terrible joke.
Oh, God. So anyway,
My mind.
I hate you so much. Let's move on. Pairing.
Pairing. What would you pair with this wine? I would go for,
I want meat.
if I get vanilla.
I want like sort of grilled meat, man.
Yeah, something grilled.
Something dead in the fire.
Pate would go perfect with this.
Pate.
Pate.
So elegant. I'm like something dead.
While
on
in the
fire.
Wild West, we eat pate.
Can I go and get Bordeaux and some duck liver pate with my friend Chardonnay? Why am I? Anyway, so yeah, this is what I like about Garnacha when they're quite big, is they're not quite as dry and tannic as like a Tempranillo can be. So the beautiful thing about Garnacha is it has both. You can just drink it by itself and not need food, but it will still go really well with food. Where sometimes the big Tempranillos, you're like, I need something to go with this, you know.
I wouldn't go for a super big glass with this wine. I would keep it like in the second size. In temperature, 17, 18,
yeah.
perfect. And the price is not a cheap wine.
$16.90.
16.
I mean, FYI, spoilers. The vines are over 100 years old. We'll talk about that in a minute, but for God's sake, give me money.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
where should we begin? I've got lots of information about vines, but maybe we shouldn't start with vines. Do you want to I've mentioned it's a cooperative, so the cooperative started in 1944. Do you want to start with showing, I think I got a photo of if you show them the first photo, this is the really old-fashioned storage tanks in the old days, when they were initially a cooperative. They used to be, see it's at the top, they used to be called Marqués de Tosos, which was the big brand they had, but they still have these lovely old kind of, well, the guy outside thought it was funny as well. They have these lovely old, I don't know what the style is, it's not Art Deco, but it reminds me of like sort of 1970s weird architecture. But these are these old kind of storage tanks. I have to admit, we're not talking about a pretty little winery here. No. This is old school, because it's a cooperative, right? This is a functional a functional place to make wine, not it's a new modern winery or a little tiny place. This is, a classic workaday winery. Now, do you want to show them? Should we show them a little of the video cata?
Yeah.
That? We bless them. They ran out of time, so at the last minute they just sent us the owner doing a quick cata, but not for us. He doesn't say hi Luke, hi Roque.
Not in this occasion.
But it's quite nice to sort of see the guy in charge at least.
Let's watch it.
Dentro de la familia particular tenemos ya el vino Garnacha Centenarias, procedente de viñedos de mucha edad, producciones muy limitadas. El aroma es complejo total, o sea, hay mucha reducción de botella. En boca es aterciopelado, redondo, bien equilibrado. Hay unos tonos ahumados. Este vino puede ser maridado perfectamente pues con cualquier tipo de quesos, tanto suaves o muy curados, y carnes, todas.
It's a cool video, but in the world of wine, we're starting to get into the busy phases now. So ages ago, they're like, oh, we'll send, the lady who sold us wine, she was like, I saw their videos and I thought, no, they can do better. And she went back, I'm going to go and tell them. And they were like, oh yeah, okay, we'll do better. And then bless them. We're in this period now when one vintage changes to another vintage. So it's kind of chaos sometimes in the wineries. And then at the last minute, she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, but here's something. And it's a beautiful video. But yeah, so that's the man, not the man of La Mancha, that's the man of Cariñena.
Exactly. Well, Cariñena.
Where the hell is Cariñena?
Well, Cariñena is here.
Ah, look at that. The pimple of the northeast. No.
Yeah, it's in the province of Zaragoza, and it's located in the Ebro Valley. It's 14 municipalities. It's not very big. Of course, the most important one is Cariñena. The other ones, you have never heard the names of those
Maybe
towns. Have you ever been in Almonacid de la Sierra?
What? Say again?
Almonacid de la Sierra. Have you ever been there? Have you been in Paniza?
Oh, I love Paniza.
Okay. Well, the as you can imagine, the continental weather makes this wine very extreme. Very cold winters, very hot summers, and also the rainfall is very low, very low rains. That gives a lot of character to the wines, as we have this, check already with Calatayud or with remember Pago de Ailés, blend Senda de los Leñadores. We tried. It's a vino de Pago that is linked to the Cariñena wine region. As also the soils tend to be very poor. It's very poor in terms of nutrients, and that makes this the vines is to struggle a little bit more, and the wine has more personality as the end.
It's quite pretty though. I mean, everywhere with vineyards is pretty, to be honest.
Yeah. The varieties, the preferred white variety is Macabeo. And the red is the Garnacha la Garnacha Tinta, this one.
Classic, yeah.
The classic.
Absolutely classic.
Of course, I mean, the 55% of the wines of Cariñena are made with Garnacha.
That's quite a lot.
That's a lot. But also Tempranillo or the variety called Cariñena.
Which weirdly is only like 10%.
Exactly.
It's like, what? Come on, guys.
Carignan, more famous for the French denomination.
Yeah, the French.
Carignan.
The French as usual, nailing it.
Well, what you are gonna expect from this wine region is these red wines with this warm character, strong wines, boozy wines, but also white and rosés. Fun fact: this is a wine region, probably one of the oldest wine regions. 1932.
This is even more like, what happened? It's almost Rioja and Jerez.
Yes,
and then I think Cariñena.
Probably. So it's a really classic old.
My mind was blown the other day because we did a tasting of Aragon wines, and I was telling people, fun fact, I sometimes forget things. I know. And we were talking about Calatayud and stuff. So Calatayud is easily the biggest and most powerful one in Aragon, more productive and bigger actually than Somontano. But anyway, Cariñena, the oldest, 1932. Calatayud, the famous Calatayud, all the masters, Norrell Robertson, masters of wine, making wines, they're great. It's from 1990.
Yeah.
It's the same age as Madrid. I was like, what?
It's not that old.
It's not that old at all. So yeah.
But the production of Cariñena is huge.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's 45 million liters of wine last year. And another fun fact of this wine region.
You're rocking Madrid, fun fact.
Mainly international market.
This is the thing. We've been doing these tastings for years. And we always read things like that. This region, international 60%, this region, international 70%. Where?
66% of the wine of Cariñena goes abroad, and only the 34 remains here in the country.
I want to know where. Who's buying it? I never see it in England. Or
maybe as a bulk wine.
Maybe it's bulk wine, but we still haven't found out if it's counted, the Agranel wine. I don't know. We need to ask
suppose it must be wine. It must be wine with the DO seal. Otherwise, it couldn't be included in the official.
Is Agranel wine DO sealed?
I don't know.
We need to talk to somebody in power here.
Yeah.
For you.
We need to put some order here.
To bring you good content. Now, very quick thing. Roque,
66% is a lot.
It's too much, really. I found a really pretty... Garnacha, a quick word about Garnacha, because I've got...
Maybe it goes to, I don't know, to a small country somewhere.
Maybe it's just a lot of people in Vladivostok. Now,
Cariñena.
Very nice. A quick word about Garnacha, because it might be the prettiest red grape in the world. Obviously, we've done Garnacha before, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but it is worth mentioning that it is the third most planted grape in España. And as Roque said, it gives you these lovely juicy, boozy wines. One of the reasons is it's got quite thin skins. So it kind of basically can just suck up all that lovely, lovely sunshine, and the sugar levels will shoot right up. The beautiful thing about Garnacha is in this area, in Cariñena and in Calatayud, they're famous for the presence of old vines. So we've got a couple of photos of old vines. These are vines that are big and gnarly and have been there forever. You had it set up and you took it away. Why did you do that?
No, it's here.
God, I thought it was I was trying to time it like a guillon. Oh, that's a good one as well. Anyway.
Oh my God.
3, 2, 1. You're back in the room. Old vines. Now, if you would permit me...
This is how an old vine looks like.
Old vine makes good vine. I want to quickly just talk about vines now. I know this is not the sexiest topic, but we are also going to have a podcast shortly about this as well. Quick thing about the life of a vine. What you're looking at there is a vine of probably about 30, 40, 50 years. I can't really tell you exactly. When you have a grape vine, the first 3 years, you're not going to be getting any grapes, okay?
Oh, why? It's too young.
It's a very exuberant vine. It's like, I'm not going to give you fruit yet. So a lot of people say,
So
like...
3 years for waiting for the first production.
First, just flipping grapes to arrive. And really, the vine isn't going to be ready for harvest for proper winemaking until about 5 or 6 years.
Oh my God.
It's really weird. So it's very rare for somebody to just start a vineyard because it's like, okay, see you in...
See you in 10 years.
See you in 10 years, yeah. When your vines get to about 20 or 30 years, these are fully mature vines. Not old yet. However, some people class old vines when it gets to about 25, but I think that's nonsense. Now, old vines, it seems to be, this is the problem. We have lots of wines here that say Viñas Viejas. It's very common in France, Vin Vieux. It's not old vines, Zinfandel. It's quite a common thing to use. It's not an official term, okay? If you see old vines, it could be 25, 30, 35, 40, 100. It doesn't mean anything, but it seems, at least in Spain to some extent, it seems to be gently and generally accepted that an old vine is about 40 plus years. So what happens is the vigor begins to decline to a plateau and it stops being very productive. So you think, oh, that's rubbish, right? What that does mean when you have these old vines is they have to struggle more to produce fruit, which means the fruit that they do produce is much more concentrated. The roots run deep. The beautiful thing is they don't suffer much vintage variation because it's kind of, stable by then. You have a lower yield, so you have less grapes of a higher quality, the hope is. I mean, it's generally, there's a consensus that old vines make better wine. It also means they'll be a little bit more expensive, and also the vines can look after themselves a bit more. You don't have to sort of tend them as much. Now, the photo you're seeing right now is interesting. Now, this leads us into a question we got, Mr. Rocky Madrid, from Harry.
Harry.
I don't know which Harry. We have about 2 or 3 Harrys here.
Yeah.
But he said, I recently bought a wine from you guys.
There is a Harry, very, 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 very good person, and the other Harry I know is terrible.
Yeah, he's a racist.
Which
one is it? We like them both because they give us money. I recently bought a wine from you guys that says Viñas Prephyloxéricas on the bottle. Is that the same as old vines? I think he's...
No.
Not really. So the wine is... I think it's Bravucon. You're looking in that photo, that is a prephyloxeric vine. So the grapes in this bottle are 100 plus years. Not quite necessarily prephyloxeric. Rocky, what's prephyloxeric mean?
Okay.
And while you do that, and again, get something.
Well, it happens that in the 19th century, back in the 19th century, there was an illness that was brought from the United States.
Thanks, America.
And that was a little aphid called Phylloxera.
Such an innocent sounding name.
It almost destroyed all the vines of France.
Yeah.
And little by little has been expanding all its...
Like the British Empire, just expanded.
Yes, all over the world. But for some reasons, for some conditions of the weather, altitude, or soil, in some parts, there are vines that have not been affected for this illness. We call those vines prephyloxeric.
And there's a few little hotspots.
Or, which are the name?
Is it related to this bottle right in front of me?
For example,
the French foot.
Pierre Franco.
And you see there, it says Viñas Viejas, because obviously they are Viejas.
Yeah.
But this is French foot because we replanted the vines with American roots. So if you find the original vines, they are the original European root, or French root, as they're called. And so they are very rare, comparatively, and a bit more expensive. Spain's got a lot of them because Spain's got a lot of remote, distant areas. The Canary Islands, a lot of those vines are pre-phylloxeric, pre-anything. Just they've been isolated. Chile, there's a little mountain range called the Andes on the other side of them. Chile's got a lot of old vines as well. It doesn't mean the wine is good.
Do you really taste the old vine? Do you find the difference?
Old vine, I do.
Where do you find more the difference? In the taste or in the price?
Probably more the price, but not always.
Not always.
But
not always.
Avocon is pre-phylloxeric and it's not even 12 euros.
Yeah.
But that's a choice of the winemaker, but usually they'll be more expensive. The beautiful thing about Aragon and Calatayud is there are a lot of old vine Garnachas, so they're quite competitively priced. I always find
the production of the plants
that goes way down. Yes, let's imagine you have a vineyard which normally gives you, let's say, 1,000 bottles of wine. If they're all old vines, maybe you only get 100 or something. Who knows? But generally, old vine wines tend to be more intense, not stronger, but more intense. Everything's just more, and they often are a bit smoother as well and more elegant because the vines are sort of.
But it's something
smooth
poetic in drinking something that comes from a plant that is 80 years old.
I like it, and it's a little bit marketing maybe, and of course it's a bit of the orgullo, the pride of the winemaker to say we have old vines. But I like it. Of all of the BS, like it's hand picked, who cares? Oh, it's ecological, cool. I like when I see old vines. I think that it works for me. It just worked for me.
Probably that plant was here before you came to this world, so it's nice.
I mean, easily. I'm not old. I'm 33.
No, but I mean, you can call old vines with 30 years.
Yeah, but I don't respect those. Spain usually goes in about 40.
So it can be old
You're
vines.
you're an old
and
vine.
you can be older than.
You're an old vine. We're back. I'm so sorry. Can't believe you called me that in 3 different languages. But yeah. So yes, old vines, pre-phylloxeric wines.
Heineken.
Basically anything over 40 years in Spain, Gensby, old vines.
Yeah.
Any questions, anybody?
Questions?
Any other
Or are
questions?
you drunk already?
I'm trying not to drink this.
I hope you are.
I'm trying not to drink this too quickly because it's alcoholic. So while we are waiting for any questions, when are we going to start our?
Probably
March
the next week is going to be the delivering week.
Okay.
And we arrange the schedule for the next week. So we're gonna have like
1 week of off the alcohol.
and anything else. We have to mention something else. We have already uploaded also a box of Galician wines.
The Gallego box.
Yeah, the Gallego box. So if you are in the mood of, start drinking beautiful, cold, refreshing Galician wines, this is your box.
I just want to check one thing quickly. So if any of you are out there and you have Instagram, we are only 4 people away from having 2,000 followers.
No,
Which I know.
2K. I'm gonna be a 2K
2K.
guys.
Now, in the world of Instagram, that's nobody. For a random wine shop, that's quite a lot. So if any of you out there are watching and you have Instagram, we really like a follow because, life isn't real unless it's on Instagram.
Yeah, with 2K, we should be considering to make like a photo session on the beach this summer.
Please unsubscribe.
It's gonna be fine.
Summer,
Just-
beach. We can't
Hidden,
go to the beach this
just
summer.
hidden by a glass of wine.
I need a very big glass of wine. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed the February box, guys. So please, we'll see you in a week, but give us a like, a subscribe,
Yeah,
hit
subscribe.
the notification bell, that kind of stuff.
Give us a like now.
Oh, he's doing.
Yes, give us a like now, immediately, at once. And thank you very much for being there. I see you soon.
See you in a week and a bit.
Yes.
Enjoy your diet for the
Start
next week.
ordering the March box right now.
Give us your damn money.
And salute.
Goodbye.
And yes, have a nice week. Bye. Bye. Bye.